tempo from the hero power. So I think Rogue will still be played. Then we've got the Shaman card. So of course in the last expansion, Shaman got the most powerful cards easily. That's why Shaman is easily the best class at the moment. And it seems they've toned down the power level a bit. So we've got the Maelstrom Portal. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Summon a random 1 cost minion. So the question you got to ask with this card is how relevant is the 1 cost minion? Because you're basically playing Arcane Explosion, which doesn't see any play. But you get a 1 cost minion, and how impactful is the 1 cost minion? Most of the time it just doesn't matter at all. Normally going to get a 1/1 or a 2/1, which are extremely easy to remove. They don't trade very well with anything. The 1 damage to all enemy minions is only good against Zoo, so unless you're only playing against Zoo every single day or every single game, then you would play this card as a tech card. But even then, I think Lightning Storm is just strictly better. It just kills more things. So the question is, what deck is this good in? And it would have to be some kind of spell damage. Shaman. And so we got this card here on the right, Spirit Claws. Spirit Claws is a 1 mana 1/3, so it's like a bit like Light Justice, and has +2 attack while you have spell damage. So that's quite powerful. I mean, that's like a Fiery War X while you have spell damage. So you can like roll the spell damage totem at 25% on turn 2. But that's 25% is not consistent. It's not consistent enough to justify playing this. So you have to play actual 2-cost spell damage minions, and then you have Kobold Geomancer, which is pretty bad, pretty poor card, trades very poorly, and then you have Thalnos, which is actually okay. But the question is, would you be playing that over Tunnel Trogg into Totem Golem, into Flame Juggler, into 4 mana 7/7? Absolutely not. So I think that it's like the beginning of some kind of spell damage Shaman deck to make this card viable and Spirit Claws viable, but I think the aggro Shaman and the aggro mid-range Shaman is just going to be way more powerful, and spell damage Shaman is just not going to see any play. And then we got the Wicked Witch Doctor here in the middle. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a random basic totem, and it's a 4 mana 3/4. So 4 mana 3/4 is only 3 mana worth of stats. It's very poor stat distribution. If you're going to have poor stat distribution, you want the stats to be statted aggressively, so at least a 4/3 or a 5/2. A 3/4, it trades very awkwardly. And to summon a random basic totem, which I think is quite funny. So basically Blizzard are admitting that they messed up with Tuskarr Totemic, right? Tuskarr Totemic is completely broken. If you get Totem Golem from Tuskarr Totemic, you win the game on the spot. If you get Manatide Totem, you probably win the game on the spot. If you get Flametongue Totem, you probably win the game on the spot. So they, basic totem, as in the ones you get from your hero power, they basically Blizzard are acknowledging that they messed up with Tuskarr. Terrible card. It's slightly, so the only redeeming factor for this card is Evolve Shaman or Darwin Shaman. So the totems actually have a 1 mana cost attribute attached to them. So if you evolve them, they all turn into 2-drops, and this becomes the 5-drop. So I guess that's kind of better. It's better than Violet Teacher, because the tokens created by Violet Teacher are 0 mana, so then when you evolve those, they only become a 1 mana minion. So maybe see some play in Evolve Shaman, but the evolve effects have proven to be very inconsistent, very non-competitive, and I just Evolve Shaman I don't think needs a lot more support to be competitive, basically. Aggro Shaman and mid-range aggro Shaman is definitely going to prevail still over any